The sound that I get on stage with this guitar is sort of a chorus of different pickups, because each pickup has its own sort of range of frequency that it's really good at. Some pickups are really good for getting the low bass, and some pickups are good for getting, sort of the alto part, and some are good for the soprano part. And so I like a chorus of pickups that join together. So there's 4 different sources when I'm playing with this guitar, and actually with the Olson there was more pickups in it. There was 5 and sometimes 6. It's a problem. It's a 12-step group, but there's some combinations of sounds that sound really good on this guitar, and it has to do with the RMC pickup. Richard McClish out of the Bay Area has finally made a piezo pickup that doesn't sound ganky. It's just has a much wider range of dynamics. It doesn't just kind of squash out when you play it hard. And this pickup also has the output for the Roland chord, which can run all the MIDI stuff. So that's this, which I wasn't using on this concert, but sometimes I have a low octave bass that comes in that's just more sort of satisfying way down low. And as you can tell, there's 2 end-pin jacks on this that it keeps it sort of easier to maintain if you don't try to put all the stuff on one chord like a big 5-pin or 6-pin chord. I just have 2 regular stereo outs. So one of them is the RMC, which is I use the onboard electronics on this guitar, although on the Olson guitars I have the RMC outboard. They come in different kinds of configurations depending on what you want. This RainSong guitar is so light that I could fill it up with electronics and it still wasn't as heavy as a regular guitar. But the onboard electronics is sort of cut into the side, and it's got the battery and all that. So the RMC pickup is coming out of this one, and then here is the stereo jack that I use the Pendulum Preamp for. And the Pendulum Preamp has a phantom-powered little preamp box, sort of like the normal sort of preamp that would be on the stage, except it's much closer to the guitar. So the real low voltage, weak signals don't have to travel as far till they get amplified and can go the distance. So the Pendulum Preamp brings out the Sunrise pickup, which is a magnetic pickup that's really good for the sort of low mids, and it's got a real kind of warm thing in the mid-range that the piezo pickup doesn't do as well. And then, of course, there's a microphone inside the guitar, too. Joe Mills, a guy in Nashville, makes a great mic for inside the guitar because, if you get a mic that's designed to sound natural outside a guitar and you put it inside, it's going to sound real boxy. But this mic is designed to be inside a guitar, so that normal sort of woofiness that you'd get on a mic, you don't get on this one, and makes it much easier to EQ. You don't use up all your EQ just trying to get it to sound natural in the sort of 800 range. What else? Oh, there's a mic outside the guitar that I use, the 460. This is an AKG microphone that is real accurate on the high frequency. Doesn't get all the edginess that most pickups would get, all that sort of string noise, because it's just away from the guitar. And an outside mic is real easy to use as long as you don't try to get low frequency with it. That's the only thing that makes it difficult. In sound reinforcing settings, if there's a lot of low frequency that hits that mic, it's going to get real woofy. But I don't use that mic at all. This is the soprano. This is just the high frequency. And so the kick and low end comes from the RMC, a little bit from the Sunrise. The Sunrise is more the mids. This mic in here is the high mids, and and the percussive sort of, it's great to have a little bit of that sort of, that box sound. So when you do kind of come down on the guitar like that, it's easier to amplify that with a mic inside the guitar than it is with other kinds. Well, on the Olsons at home, I have another contact pickup inside the guitar that gets that sort of physical noise, that percussion kind of sound. But I didn't put that on this one because I hit this guitar harder. And what other stuff about this is fun? That's about it. This bridge on here is something Joe Glazier did, although he told me not to say that because this was a one-off. And if he said, if people ask you where you got that, don't tell them. Apparently, it's a lot of work. So, but what I love about this bridge is that it allows me to just tweak and tweak and tweak until the intonation is just right for this particular set of strings and this weird way that I like to play with the real low notes. It's sort of an exaggeration of the natural compensation in the bridge, and it seems to help so that I can. It's really important if you want to be able to have it in tune and then put a capo on it and still have it be in tune. So apparently a lot of guitars don't do that, but I thought it's a physical kind of thing. You ought to be able to make it work. So I just spent a lot of time finding a way to make that work, and it's probably not really compensated right in terms of like if you were just playing without a capo. There's I think I do get acclimated to pushing the bass notes a little to sharpen them up, but